Hey mamas, and welcome to the Entering Motherhood podcast. This is your one-stop go-to place for getting you from feeling drained, exhausted, and unfulfilled in motherhood to feeling more energized, organized, and accomplished. That's the vision I continue to navigate towards, and that's the vision we are sharing with you, focusing on holistic alternatives and restructuring your mind, body, and soul from the inside out. I'm your host, Sarah Marie Bilger, a wife, mom of two, mechanical engineer, VBAC mom, and doula, serving mamas through pregnancy, birth, and postpartum. If you're here for this, if you're as pumped up as I am and searching for that fire that you know is deep inside of you, then let's go. Let's uncover what it truly means to enter motherhood. You are a rock star. I believe in you. Let's doula this. Let's crank it up a notch and let's kick it into high gear together. Hey mamas, how are you? I really want this to be a short episode and be something that gives you a bunch of different options and really gets you thinking about all the things that are possible when you are designing your birth team. And I don't want this to be something that's overwhelming, but rather empowering and encouraging to help you understand how you can own your birth and how you can really elevate your postpartum experience and what you can do to get started on aligning your birth to fit the vision that you have for it. So I'm not saying that you need to absolutely have all of these things, and I want to give you tips too on how you can really get access to a lot of these resources without even spending anything and really kind of doing the research on your own. But I really feel like unless we know what our options are, we aren't aware of all the different potentials and all the different things that we can really have for our birth. So, you don't know what you don't know. And so in this, I really want to encapsulate everything that I know when it comes to building a birth team and designing it to look how you want for your birth, for your pregnancy, for your postpartum, and really just into motherhood in general. Because a lot of these resources can last far beyond pregnancy, far beyond, the initial postpartum period. And these are really building blocks into what your motherhood experience can look like. So I want to start first with the more obvious parts of your birth team, and that's going to be a provider. So where I want you to really start with this and think about this is we're going to kind of reverse engineer this and see what kind of birth do you want to have and where do you want to have it? Are you having a home birth? Are you having a hospital birth? Are you having a free birth? What is that looking like for you? And who can provide that kind of birth for you? Are you having a VBAC? Is there a provider that is going to allow that to be an easier transition for you? Find somebody that is more supportive in that journey for you. Maybe you want to have a home birth VBAC. Finding different midwives or individuals that are going to be able to support you during that journey is really important. So I want you to think about what kind of birth do you want to have? Where do you want to be when you are giving birth? And who is going to give that option to you? So, it's really important to look around and interview different providers potentially, or ask about different providers, really find different options out there for you, because this is going to be really important in the kind of birth that you want to have. So finding that provider is going to be key in your birth team and really designing it to look how you want it to look. And then also a part of designing your birth team is going to be figuring out, what family and friends are going to be involved and how your partner, if you are having a partner along this journey, is going to be involved as well. and trying to understand who you want in your bubble. Who do you want to take advice from at this time? Really setting clear boundaries and getting clear on what you want for your birth and making that be known and understanding that not everybody is going to fit that mold. There might be things that you are trying to go for. There might be things that you envision for your birth, and people that are really close to you do not support that or necessarily agree with that, or maybe they have really strong opinions one way or another. Maybe they're having a hard time understanding what you wish to have for your birth. And so really kind of taking that and understanding that, and again, feeling empowered to stand in your place and be totally confident in the choices that you are making, and really finding people that are going to help implement that and really help establish that vision that you have. So, who do you want there? Who do you want at the birth? Who do you want immediately postpartum? Who do you want to be in your home postpartum in general too? And when do you want these people to come? Maybe you want to have some people initially in early labor, or you want to message them or inform them or call them or something when you're heading to the hospital, but you do not want them to cross that door and come into your birth space when you are actually in labor and giving birth to your baby. So making that clear and really setting, again, those boundaries and stating your desires for what you want birth to look like. And again, in postpartum, maybe having a time period that no one is allowed to visit, so that you have time to just grow as a new family, and to really just spend time bonding with your baby, and just starting to think through these things and really starting to establish, what you want that to look like, and really opening it up though too, and understanding that that might change. Maybe you think, we don't want any visitors for the first month, and then it's week 1, you're back home and you are just, at ends, and you are just really looking for help. And so having maybe 5 people on that list of, I might need help before the first month. So these are the people that I might reach out to and I might call, and really just prepping them and priming them for that situation to occur. But playing it as things come, and really just understanding that you have the opportunity and the ability to change your mind at any stage of all of this. You are even going back to the provider. You can change providers. You can switch providers. You can really, add on new friends. Like maybe you're pregnant and you're starting to find people that are also pregnant, and you're starting to, socialize with other people that are in the same stage of life as you. And maybe you went to an event, or you went to a different support group or something, and you are finding new friends who you are really connecting with and associating with. So really making them be an extension of your birth team, and being somebody that you can call on and reach out to, or even just text, early in the morning, or, when you can't sleep one night, and things like that, and finding people that you relate to. I think that is something beyond what some people kind of say and establish as, who your birth team is and who you are allowing to be in this bubble of space, in this transition of your life. And I think these are people that are super important and vital in the process as well. So moving on from there, I also want to call out some physical and mental support that are really important during this time that, maybe you are not aware of, or maybe you don't know what other options are out there, and different things that are available to you. And so this is when I said, I'm going to give you some tips to really be able to utilize these resources with maybe not spending as much on all of these resources as you want to, need to, and really finding a budget that works for you. And you can also reach out to your insurance company and see what is covered, what is allowed, and what you can use your funding on, and how you can really find these different support types and different providers that are going to allow your birthing experience, your motherhood experience, really elevate and be what it could be and what you want it to be aligned with. So those kinds of supports might be a chiropractor, a pelvic floor therapist, an acupuncturist, a massage therapist, lactation consultant, placenta encapsulation, photographer, therapist, somebody that is going to help with your mindset, movement, maybe a childbirth educator, different coaches, and like I said before, like local support groups. So really diving into a few of these that I think are super important. And like I said, also, we can follow these people on social media, or maybe read a book that they wrote, or do some research and get some of their freebies that they have online. We are living in a time right now that resources are abundant and information is literally right at our fingertips. And so there is so much out there. There is so much that you can scroll through and look through and watch videos of, and really just create this bubble of, manipulating the algorithm, if you will, and finding things that are relevant to the information that you want to be learning. And so while some of these things require, some actual hands-on physical work or processes, you can start to tap into these and see, is it the right option for you? Is it something that you feel like you need? And understanding that as long as you have kind of these tools in your toolbox and these people to call on when you need it, and really start to establish those relationships, that's what's going to be, super helpful. So getting a reference for any of these resources, and then being able to utilize them when you need it. Even if you don't feel like something is off, or if you think, everything's going to be totally fine, I recommend getting a therapist, because you never know what could come up, and having a relationship with somebody that knows your situation and knows maybe what you were like before children, and really kind of establishing that trust and bond with someone before anything really picks up and occurs. I think that is so beneficial. Having a lactation consultant, even when you're pregnant, understanding that maybe you won't utilize them, or maybe you will, but later on, just having these resources, kind of, like I said, tools in your toolbox and resources just like in your back pocket, things like that you can call on, and that you have already built this established relationship with, is going to be so beneficial. And so, like I said, just even following them on social media or researching a little bit about them. Maybe you haven't talked to them face to face, but having them be someone who is on your radar, so that when the time comes, you can really just call on them and get them and need them. And maybe this is somebody that you have known, and now you have found yourself in the opportunity to need this type of support. So just wanted to put all those different options out there, and really just open up that these different things are available to you, and different options. So really understanding like who's in your area, again, like tapping back into your insurance and saying like, what resources are available to me with my coverage, and maybe even just starting there, like getting a list of different things that are covered under your insurance and where you can really start. Another really important one, I think, to designing your birth team and really establishing a plan moving forward is going to be a pediatrician. And this is somebody that I highly recommend meeting with and interviewing with while you are pregnant, because whenever baby comes, as soon as baby comes, this is somebody who you might be visiting or having come to your house 2 days, 3 days postpartum. It might even be somebody immediately after baby is born that wants to come check in on baby, and having someone again that you are immediately connected with right away is going to make that process so much easier. And if you're doing it while you're pregnant, you are building up that time to interview different people and meet with different people and really find somebody that you feel aligned with. And this person, this pediatrician, is also going to be somebody that can recommend different specialists or different care providers that are going to help and be, again, tools in your toolbox moving forward. Like maybe a dentist or an allergist or someone that your child specifically needs, a speech therapist. That pediatrician, making sure that they align with the type of parenting that you want to have established, finding somebody that aligns with the goals and the visions that you have for your children moving forward, and having that good established relationship is going to make all the difference when you are really going through this time period, because it is not somebody that you want to scramble around and just quickly find and have available to you once baby gets here. This is somebody who is going to be with your child for a long portion of their life. And so finding somebody that is going to be a good fit for that is really key and really important. And then lastly, I just want to shout out having a doula. Being part of your birth team is just so important and so vital, not just because it's something that I do, but because it's something that I think really ties all of this together. So in finding your provider, in finding different resources, and finding different people that are going to help physically and mentally support you, maybe, looking at different support groups, finding different pediatricians, giving you recommendations, finding people that you might want to be friends with, and creating environments and cultures and experiences that are really going to shape this time in your life, I think is where a doula is best suited for. And so there are different types of doulas. You're going to have birth and postpartum doulas. There is going to be doulas that offer different options and different ways that they really lay things out. And so finding a doula that matches what you have, and finding one that is going to be able to be there to help you design this birth team and this vision that you have moving forward is going to be so beneficial, because we help you work through all these things. We help you check off your checklist and get your plan in place. We help you think about all of these things because we've been there, we've done that. We know the resources, we connect it with all of the people, and we are doing the work for you, and we are giving it to you in a nice, beautiful little bundle. And really finding someone that is in your area specifically can be super beneficial, because they are going to know more personalized selections and resources that are available to you there. But also you can connect with someone virtually. I do virtual services, and I really help get you started thinking about these things and having all of these questions and brainstorming all of these options, and really going through step by step what you should be thinking about and how you can be really starting to establish your motherhood experience and really get that cultivated in a way that lights you up, that excites you, that you feel confident and empowered in, that you feel aligned and structured and organized, so that whatever comes your way, you have the resources that you need to get you to where you want to go. And so that is something I so strongly try to provide for you and really encourage you to do. And so finding a doula, even if it's not me, finding someone that is really on the same page as you, has the same parenting style as you, or has the same mindset in what you want for your life, for your experience, and what that looks like, can make all the difference. So good luck in finding your birth team and really designing it to align with your vision and be how you want it to be. And you can mix and match all the different options that are out there. But I think it is so important to understand what all of your options are and to really know what you don't know and to dig deeper and to uncover everything as you enter motherhood. So I hope this episode helped, and I would love to hear from you if there is something that maybe I missed or something that you do specifically that helps moms in the pregnancy, birth, and postpartum space, and you would like to share, because we have had so many guests and so many different people sharing their experiences and their stories and what they are doing for moms. And so this has been just such a wonderful journey and such a wonderful experience for me to be able to do this and share this information with you. So see you later, mamas. Thank you, mamas, so much for listening. Remember, you are a rock star. I believe in you. Let's doula this. Let's crank it up a notch and let's kick it into high gear together. Hit that subscribe button, share this episode with a friend, message me, email me, call me, beat me. You know how to reach me. We're doing this, mamas. I am so excited to catch you here next week. This is your one-stop go-to place for helping you find the resources you need to make the best choices for you and your family during pregnancy, birth, and most importantly, postpartum. See you later, mamas.